Lord willing is edifying. At the Wadi Yahal Bashim Ashai for putting the spirit on me to do this video.
Salakia, bro. Salakia, bro.
Came home from work this morning, got some rest, and I just felt the spirit on me to get out today and do a walk and talk.
Salakia. My bad. I'm over here talking, and I didn't add my video to the stream. So Salakia, and bear with me. So for all of those who didn't catch what I said, or what was said, first and foremost, I'm giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Hawashai, Basharan Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishop elders who teaches this truth and who rule well in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the elect, Lord willing, with some of those men and women who believe and fear in the name of Yahweh Bashim Hawashai. So before I realized that there wasn't any audio to this, because I'm sure people saw the PSA, and immediately people start jumping on it, trying to figure out what's going on. So what's going on is this guy that you see right here in front of you, his name is Arya Al Yahawada. He used to be a part of GMS Hawaii. He got offended. He ain't going to come out and say it, but he got offended because he was being rebuked, and he got impatient. And so he took GMS off his name, which is cool. You could take GMS off your name, no problem. You know, he clearly he ignored an order that was given unto him from me and the brother Kahan Allah, and I can't. He's the second in command in the camp. And this guy, he was self-willed. He didn't want to listen to take authority. He didn't want to be patient. He didn't want to humble himself. So all the time, any of these videos you see this guy doing, where he'd be like, "Oh, shalom, I hope this is edifying." It's not edifying, right? It's not edifying in the fact because you're not being a living example. A real man of the Lord wouldn't abandon his post, and that's basically what this dude did, right? And he think that he's still in the truth. I'm still in the truth demon on him, putting up videos, these so-called walking talks. And I wasn't gonna say nothing, right? You know, I talked to the Elder Mawachazak a few times. I talked to the brother Kahan a few times, and the spirit just had me go back and check this dude's videos out, see what he's talking about. Right? He goes off on the doctrine. I'm gonna list it down. The guy is he's very self-willed. He lacks patience. He lacks understanding. He lacks the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, most importantly. All right. He lacks patience. I don't know if I said that yet, but he's also self-willed, and he got a lone wolf spirit on him. He think that he can do this thing by himself, right? And then he's trying to prove to himself that, you know, oh, there's prophets that was out there by themselves. Yeah, like I was one of them, right? For over 5 years, it was no fruit that stayed here, right? I was out there. This guy been on YouTube, used to watch me. He actually said out his own mouth. Yeah, I used to see this guy out there by himself. I was like, this guy's crazy, right? And now, you know, he joined the camp, got excommunicated, got kicked out from the camp. The spirit of the Lord brought him back. We thought he was going to endure, and then times got rough. He left, and now we already did a video correcting something that he said wrong in Romans 8 and 38 and 39, where this guy said that includes the 2/3, the love of the Lord. Basically, nothing shall separate us from the love of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, the love of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, not death, not adversity. Roughly paraphrasing that precept. That's for the elect. And this guy said it included the 2/3. He said that includes P. Diddy. That includes that nigga Big U. Like, this dude don't know the scriptures, right? He do these videos, these walking talks, 1,000 walking talks, right? But he really ain't talking about nothing. He goes off on a tangent, and then he say, well, yeah, I hope that was edifying. And it ain't, right? And he, like I said earlier, he got that I'm still in the truth demon on him. So for any brother, sister, whoever really believed in this truth, right? Hey, note this man, right? I was saying, if he ever pop up on the comment boards, which he don't, because he never popped up on the comment boards like that, if at all, maybe a few times, right? But this dude, he thinks he's in the truth. He thinks he's a prophet. He is not a prophet. This dude is not a prophet. I don't know what he is, but he ain't a prophet. I know he ain't a man of the Lord, because the shit that he did and done and has done is not something that a man of the Lord would do, right? The chief thing being abandoning your post, right? So I'm gonna start it right here. I'll start it right here.
And the Wadi how by Shimei Shai for putting the spirit on me to
do. That's another thing too. He like to say double honor to the apostles and the bishop elders, or the elders of Great Millstone who he learned his truth from. That's also some bullshit, because he didn't learn his actions and his breakdown of the precepts from the apostles, right? So just because you give him double honors and all this other stuff, it don't make you a prophet.
This video, came home from work this morning, got some rest, and I just felt the spirit on me to get out today and do a walk and talk. So I'm starting it off. Let me do this real quick. I'm starting it off inside my crib, inside. But eventually, that's why I'm dressed like this. I don't have my garment on, because pretty soon, in a minute or two, I'm going to walk out the door. I have some personal business to go take care of. So in a minute or two, I'm going to walk out the door. That's why I have on my safety vest. I have on this.
What the fuck this got to do with we're never alone? Psalms 34:7, the angel of the Lord encamp around them that fear him. You don't fear the Lord, bro. And it's cool because it's spiritual. This dude got cut off on the night of the Passover, bro. Right? I was out of town, right? And we were all on a StreamYard, me, Kahan, and him, and this guy, right? And it came out that this dude wasn't right. The spirit had it. The things wasn't. We was trying to put everything together for the Passover via the StreamYard, because again I was out of town, and things just wasn't right. It just shit didn't feel right. This guy, he called a believer an asshole, right? He talked disrespectful, put curses up on this guy's family, right? And then he did a half-ass apology video. It wasn't even half-ass. He just did a cryptic apology video, and it wasn't until the night of the Passover we actually talked face to face on StreamYard. Then he posted up another I'm sorry Passover. I'm sorry video, right? And I did tell him that was better, that was good, because it was better than the first one he did. And then when it came out that this guy watched none of it, he don't watch videos like that. If he watch them, he not watching them to understand. I gave this dude on March 3rd, I sent out the apostles and a bishop elders video of the Passover, how to set up the table, how to put things in order, the precepts, because it was going to be his job this year for the Passover to do these things. This dude ain't watched none of the videos. He claimed he watched the video. I watched some of it, but not all of it. I said, why not, brother? No excuse. No excuse. And that was the camel, that was the straw that broke the camel back. Well, I just told the brother, I was like, hey, man, hey, I don't want you to take the Passover unworthily, man, because your spirit ain't right. You're not right. All right. And I told him, I was like, look, man, I'm going to close you out of the StreamYard, and I'm going to see you when we get back. I told him, don't do no videos until I got back. I got back here on Friday, March 21st. Me and the brother Kahan did camp on Saturday. He wasn't on a StreamYard line. He wasn't on a comment board posting precepts or nothing, because he ain't that type of guy. He ain't that type of so-called brother. And I call him so-called because a brother wouldn't abandon his brothers. Yahweh Shai didn't abandon his brothers. He gave his life for his brothers. The apostles, they kept going. They died in the truth through all the affliction, through all the pain that they had to suffer, just like all the prophets before. Not this guy. Not this guy.
Cotton handkerchief, which I usually wet it and put it around my neck, because as you can see from I just showed, it's hot out there. Look at that. Look at the weather. Beautiful day today. 81 degrees.
How the fuck is this? How does this edify and telling the people about the fucking weather? And then you get people that put a thumbs up on stupid shit like this.
Beautiful day.
It takes this dude like 30 minutes to bring out one precept, man.
Do a walk and talk and
but
I've always been like,
I want right here,
and that's what I'm gonna do. I don't particularly like being on camera too much, although we do get on camera, but I've always been like camera shy.
And that's the thing, nigga. You gotta go out there and do the work. Fuck you mean? Hey, the scripture says this: Hey, one of you brothers post a precept where it says, you shall see your teachers, man. Please, Baba Gashad, post that scripture. You shall see your teachers, man. They shall not be hid in the corner anymore. Baba Gashad, please, somebody post that precept up real quick. It's 36 people in here watching this, and I know most people watching this for the controversy's sake and the entertainment sake, and this ain't entertainment, and neither is it controversy to the point where people should just tune in. I'm marking this man. The scripture says, mark them that speak contrary to this doctrine. This dude is getting marked. Okay? You could say, oh, he's just mad, he's just angry. Nah, nigga. Nah. This dude is not a problem. He said something in this video that made me want to do this lesson. All right? Anyway. Isaiah, the brother Na'ar 144K, Isaiah 20 and 30. It says, I'm slacking, Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. And this guy talking about, I don't like to be on camera. I'm camera shy, even though we get on camera. That's probably why he don't want to do the work. That's probably why he didn't want to continue in this walk with us. Well, you know, the Lord took out the leaven from the camp. And Baba Gashai, Yahweh Shalom Shai, he going to send some fruit that's going to remain. Right? The scriptures say about the fish, the dragnet, is going to bring in some good and some bad. The bad get thrown out and the good get kept. Okay? In the Amplified version, though the Lord gives you the bread of adversity, and when this guy got adversity, he didn't stick around. In the water of oppression, yet your teacher will no longer hide himself, but your eyes will constantly see your teachers. Right? Constantly see your teachers. You know what our face look like. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, just bear with me, brothers. You see our faces, right? And this is not about trying to make ourselves stars. This is not trying to make ourselves famous. Absolutely not. This thing is all about Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right. I took myself off the camera just to put the focus on this guy's image. So when you see this guy, if you ever see this dude, right, yo, mark this man. Mark him. Okay? All right? Salaki. All right? Kicking that shit, bruh. I'm camera shy. Yeah, but then you got everything to say, talking about your fucking vest and your goddamn bandana that you put water on. Like, what the fuck? Talking about I hope is edifying. Absolutely not.
So to speak. So that's why I go back and forth on camera, off camera. And I Googled something earlier. I want to go into it real quick. Let's do this. Prophets who worked alone, KJV. You know, prophets who worked alone. And I found this very interesting. I mean, we know there were prophets who worked alone, but until you go into the research and read about it.
You don't do research, nigga. And then you just trying to, he talking about this prophets that work alone. He trying to make an excuse for himself why he ain't with the brothers no more. Why he ain't in the body no more. Yeah, that's all he trying to do. He trying to convince himself that, look, it's other prophets that was by themselves. Elijah wasn't by himself. He had Elisha, nigga. Jeremiah wasn't by himself, even though for a while he was like the only prophet, but he had a scribe. Who was his scribe? I bet he can't answer who Jeremiah's scribe was without looking it up. Jeremiah's scribe was Baruch, man. And even with the Lord telling him when he thought he was alone, he said, matter of fact, I'll get that in Romans. I know it's in the Old Testament, but I know it's in the book of Romans, right? He said, I make an intercession for Israel. What then? 13. Salakia. Romans 11 is, was it? Romans, I thought it was 11 and 7. Romans 11. No. Yeah. Romans 11 and 2. The Most High have not cast away his people. Oh, y'all can't see this, but I'm reading it. But you can follow along, Baba Kashad. Romans 11:2. It says, and the Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Wote ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High and against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and dig down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So that's a complete number of Israelite men who were prophets, who were also doing the work. And they didn't bow a knee to Baal. Even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace, right? And these are the remnant of believers, because guess what? You're going to feel like sometimes that you by yourself in this thing, man. You might be, your walk is on your own. Even though we together as a brotherhood, we're not always together in the same place. But there's other men out there that is not going to bow a knee to Baal, that believes in Yahweh Bashim Shai wholeheartedly, right? So no, we ain't alone, right? And it ain't cool to be alone. That lone wolf spirit is bullshit, man. Because unless you was by yourself out there on the highways and byways catching nothing but hell, man, for a long time, bro, you ain't never been in a position where you had to cry and beg the Lord and pray to Yahweh Bashim Shai to send you brothers, right? But I know that the Lord was working with me and had to build my faith up and had to build my spirit up, had to build my knowledge up, my experience up, had to build my had to build me up to be a leader, right? Not just a follower, so that I could teach other men who gonna keep this word and move on. Jake think that it's cool to be out here by yourself, and it ain't. All that prophets who stand alone. We don't stand alone. We stand with you. We got Yahweh Shem Shai, the holy angels around us, and we got brothers all around the world. Starting with the apostles and the bishop elders of Great Millstone, bro.
Man, it's really prophets who worked alone. And I found this very interesting. I mean, we know there were prophets who worked alone, but until you go into the research and read about it, man, it's really a good read, very edifying. In the King James Version of the Bible, prophets who felt or expressed being alone.
Who felt or expressed. And you ain't one of them. You ain't no prophet of the Lord, man.
And there's
none of his videos he prophesying.
Service to the Most High include Elijah, who famously declared himself the only prophet left, and potentially others who faced persecution or felt isolated in their faith. Because a lot of times, I know myself, I'm a single man in this faith, called Halal Yimla Yahweh Shemeh Shai, and I do most of my lessons alone, you know?
Yeah, that's because you want to. That's because you want to. You never reached out to say, hey, bro, let's do a video together. Hey, bro, let's all get together. I was doing that, and the brother Kahan was pushing that, bro. The fuck out of here, man. The fuck out of here, bro. You ain't no prophet. This dude ain't no prophet, bro. He's a liar, right? He's an abandoner, right? This dude will fuck around and get everybody killed because he's impatient. You ain't no prophet, bro. I don't know why niggas think that, I'm gonna leave Great Millstone, but I ain't really left Great Millstone, because you give double honor to the apostles. Those are that's empty rhetoric. That's empty speech, nigga. The apostles didn't show us that example. They got kicked out House of David. They had to endure the split, right? They had to endure people coming in and leaving, slandering them, doing all kinds of shit, getting booked, getting locked up, right? Getting in fights and tussles. And they still remain. But the reason why this dude, and let me stop sharing this, and I don't need to hear his voice again, but y'all see this dude face. So, Shalaki, let me share the screen. You dudes out here think that, and it's always some type of dudes, man. I'll give double honors to my apostle. First it'll be the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, then it'll stop. Then he'll say the elders. And then eventually the Lord's gonna take his name from this guy. He's gonna take his name from him because you had no excuse. But really, you left us because you ain't one of us. You was never one of us, man. Right? Do not love the world. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the just thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. And this guy, he is not doing the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. I don't give a fuck what he say. I don't care what he say. He is not doing the work, and he ain't gonna do the work. And if he see this video, the only reason why he's gonna be emboldened to think to get I wish the brother Kahan was here to tell you the bullshit excuse this nigga said about why he ain't going out to preach the word. He waiting for the Lord to come on and to go out there and do the work. Nigga, the scripture says you're gonna hear this word and run. As soon as the Lord told me to go out there through the spirit, through another man who not with us no more, but at the time he was on fire. He was like, look, man, you know a lot. Hey, now you got to go out there and do the work. And I said, okay. And I hit the streets. I hit the streets, bro. This dude been around for 6 years. What? 2018, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 years. Damn, that was that long? I'm going to do it again. He came around in 18, so I'm going to say 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years, bro. And this nigga still ain't got the fire to go out because he is not a prophet. And I was wondering why things felt so stifled at times, man. Like it wasn't like when me and a brother Kahan out there speaking through the spirit power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, we're feeding off each other. That synergy is rolling. But then when he start talking, it kind of stopped. Sometimes the spirit will jump on him, he'll say something that's in line with what was going on, but it just kept like it's like we couldn't get over. It felt like we wasn't really moving as a unit. Now I see why. Okay. It says, I'm gonna get to the point. This is because a lot of these dudes think that they're with the Lord, but really you're anti-Messiah. Little children, this is verse 18, 1 John 2:18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that anti-Messiahs or anti-Hamashiachs shall come, even now there are many anti-Hamashiachs, whereby we know that it is the last time. They went out from us, right? So a lot of these people that are anti-Messiah, they're coming out of the churches. It ain't just them Christians in the world who don't know shit, who running around with that white supremacy mindset about the Most High and the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son and His people. It's a lot of people that was once amongst the body that are really anti-Messiahs, man. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us. But they went out that they might be made manifest that they were not all of us. Let's read that in the NLT. Because he ain't going to go through no precepts like that. These people left our churches, but they never really belonged with us. And that's what's being shown. This guy never really belonged with us. Otherwise, they would have stayed with us. When they left, it proved that they did not belong with us. And then when he left, he started changing up the doctrine. He started changing up the doctrine. This dude started adding shit that wasn't there. He ain't never heard that out of me and a brother Kahan mouth. So I don't know where he come up with that shit. Right? But it's shown that he wasn't with us. He was never one of us. He was never with us. Right? He did not belong with us. So a good riddance to bad rubbish. You could take that fucking bandana and that goddamn fucking vest, all right, and keep it pushing. But stop trying to play the role of a prophet, because when all hell breaks loose, you ain't gonna be able to stand it. Right? Let me get another precept. This is the book of Zechariah 13:4, right? Because you was already out there. You on mad videos, so they know who you are unless you an agent or something. I don't know. Right? This is 13:4. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision when he have prophesied, neither shall they wear rough garments to deceive. And that dude was a deceiver. He act like he was a brother, but he wasn't really a brother. And it ain't about the money you give. It ain't about the the goodly words you give, bro. It's through actions, man. It's through actions. right? And you fell. You might have excelled in certain things, but in the end you still fell, right? This dude know he's supposed to be going out there doing the work. He wasn't out there last Saturday. He wasn't out there. Matter of fact, he couldn't go out there the Saturday before because we told him no. Because of what he did. The brother Kahan was out there by himself. Was this dude on a comment board when Kahan was out there doing the work by himself 2 weeks ago? Fuck no. Right? Because he's just an Israelite on the weekend. Right? Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, bro. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision when he have prophesied, neither shall they wear rough garments to deceive. But he shall say, I am no prophet. I am a husbandman, for a man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. And one shall say unto him, what are these wounds in thine hands? Then he shall answer, those which I was wounded in the house of my friends, man. So he going to try to basically cover up why he was out there. Those wounds are significant to him being out there. It's evidence that he was out there acting like he was a prophet. And they going to, guess what? You're going to succumb to whatever's happening because you took your hand off the plow. Luke 9:62. And Yahweh shall say unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom. And that's what this dude did. He put his hand on the plow. You was out there. You was with us. You was there. And then you look back for whatever reason, whether you got disenchanted, whether you got offended, whether you got I don't know, a spirit on you, because you always talking about the spirit. Yeah, it's a spirit on you, but it ain't the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So when this dude's try to defend why he's by himself, it's well, the Lord put you that way, but physically he made it self-imposed, right? Because we was gonna show you mercy. Me and the brother Kahan tonight. Listen, there's a video. Matter of fact, since we on his page, there's a video because he ain't took it down. He got our phone numbers there, blasting on there and shit. The night we was calling this dude, we was trying to show this dude mercy. The night we called him, we was trying to show him mercy. We was gonna link up with him because I had just got back. We was gonna link up with him at the camp. I was talking. Me and the brother Kahan was talking about it. And I was like, "Yo, bro, call Aria All, man." I was like, "Yo, bro, call Aria All, man, right here." I was like, "Yo, call Aria All, man. Let's see if he available so we can link up with him, bro. Because we wanted to encourage his spirit, bro. We wasn't gonna sit there and just beat you down and turn into a rebuke session. But what this dude do, what this nigga do, he ignored the call. Y'all can't hear it. Hold on. And Salakia, I can't blur the numbers out because this is this nigga's dumbass page. I wish I could block the numbers out. Right? And I'm gonna bring that precept out, brother, to the brother Mahala. Salakia, give me a second. Let me share this video right here. Big George Foreman. Right. So this is the night that this dude, he was doing a video that he shouldn't have been doing because he was explicitly told not to do any videos, but he did it anyway.
Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today, nor our worries about tomorrow, not even the powers of hell can separate us from the Most High's love. And this precept right here, these past 2 weeks for me have been very challenging.
Your brother's on the phone. Your brother's calling you. Your brother's on the phone. Wait,
you see? So that was the first time he ignored Kahan, right? And then Kahan, that was 15 minutes. So like maybe like 4 minutes later, I called him. 4 minutes later, right here. 4 minutes later, I called.
Don't.
Your brother's on the phone. Your brother's calling you. Your brother's on the phone, waiting patiently so we can tell you something new.
You see, waiting patiently so we can tell you something new, and you ain't want to hear it.
Your brother's on the phone. Your brother's calling you. Your brother's on the phone, waiting.
So he ignored the phone call. Where they do that at in Israel, bro? Where the fuck they do that at? This nigga straight up ignored us. But it was the spirit. The spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai didn't want this nigga with us no more. That's what it was. And it's okay. It's really okay at the end of the day. And why is it okay? Because you don't need leaven amongst you. You need brothers that's willing to work. All that trying to be by yourself shit, all that trying to hold yourself up. You put your hand on the plow, you look back, you're not fit for the kingdom. Right? This is another precept. Ecclesiastes 4:9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor, right? Because we showing charity, we're helping one another, we're ministering to one another. There's a great reward for that. We're loving each other, practicing these laws and commandments towards one another. For if they fall, the one will lift his fellow up, and that's a reward in general. When brothers fall down in the spirit, we here to lift you up. And that's what that night that he ignored the phone call, which was last Saturday, we were trying to lift him up, and he ignored it. But woe to him. What if brothers was fucked up, like hurt, and the only number we had was to call this dude? We'd have been fucked up if Yahweh Shai wasn't with us. If we was depending on this nigga, we would have been done, dead. Right? But woe to him. Oh, this is spiritual. The Wadi Yahweh Shai. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him, woe meaning destruction to you, woe to him that is alone when he falleth. For he have none other to help him. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat. But how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him. And if a threefold cord, it is not quickly broken. You see? So all that lone wolf spirit shit, that shit is dead, yo. That shit is dead. Right? You want to play the lone wolf out there? Hey, like we said, I always quote that movie scene from what is it called? South Central, when Loco was in prison, and Bobby abandoned his gang. Right? He abandoned his gang, and what happened? Hey, the guy he brought in stayed, but he fell out, so he wasn't even a help to himself. He fell out, but the guy that was a fucking drug addict, a sherm head, he had enough understanding to know, hey, can't be alone here, Bobby. See ya. You know what I'm saying? He left that nigga like, yep, you brought me in, but hey, you fell out. So to this nigga, see ya. See ya. You know what I mean? Stop playing prophet. You're not a prophet, bro. Go ahead and do your lessons and talk like you want to talk, but you can stop that. You can do what you want to do. You're a grown man. You probably 60-something years old. You do what you want to do. Right? Brother, Proverbs 15:10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. And that's what this dude did. Correction was grievous to him that was forsaking the way of truth. And this dude hated being reproved, especially from us because we were younger than him in the flesh. That was a point of contention with him too. And he kept that. He didn't tell us that, but he kept that. He kept that. He ain't like that. He think he can do his own thing, and he should be, bro. If I had a leader like him, bro, we'd be fucked up. We'd be fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying, bro? But it's cool because I know that the love and the charity, the patience that me and a brother Kahan was able to show, it exercised that we was on the right track. We're on the right track. Right? That's how you're supposed to treat brothers. Even if they do you wrong, bro, you're still supposed to treat them right. And if he treats you wrong, the Lord will handle it. At the end of the day, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to handle it. So it's no big deal. But I definitely wanted to mark this dude. He trying to play it cool like he stepped away and he did it on his he stepped away because he wanted to do the work by himself. Nah, man. Hey, this dude is grievous. This dude is grievous, and it's other things I can say, but it ain't even necessary. Because at the end of the day, it's already shown that he wasn't with us, man. Salvation of the elect, 1 John 3:14. We know that we have passed from death unto life because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. And that's what this dude is doing. That's what this dude is doing. You don't love your brothers. You don't love us. You ain't love the brotherhood, bro. Where the fuck they do that at? You straight up ignore bros. You know what I'm saying? And it frustrating. The brother Kahan, he don't really show. He's not animated like I am with my feelings and speech. That brother is real reserved. That brother is real calm, real peaceful. But even he was pissed off, bro, with this guy, man. Right? So again, this dude Arya Al Yahawada is not a member of Great Millstone. He is no longer a member of Great Millstone, GMS Hawaii. He left on his own accord, and that's fine. He took GMS off his name, and that's fine, right? But don't make it seem like he left. Cause he left before he can get the boot. That's what he did. He left before he can get kicked out, because that's what was about to happen. Clearly. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom on to the next, man.